Well, that's going to be tight. Hmm. I think I'm live. Am I live? Looks like it. Good evening. Craft evening. What did I call this? Crafter evening? I don't know what I call it. Hello, hello, and welcome in. This is Paint Girly. And you have arrived at Bricolage with Paint Girly. Hi, Jacqueline. Hello, Ange. Ange, I just answered your Gmail. I haven't been at my desk much, and I have not been in my email. This is not working. This is not working. How are you girls? Hey, Debbie. Hi. Hello, hello. I should know better than to do this. Well, I have an idea, but I'm not sure it's going to work. Oh, well, you know how that goes. I've been using... Oh, you did? You must adjust because I just came in from the front room. Hi, Vale. Good evening. I printed on these. It's not real heavy. It's kind of flimsy, you can see, kind of bendy, which is what I wanted. I've been using the presentation papers from, I think it was Epson. I moved them. I don't know which ones I use. If you're really interested, I will find it and tell you. Oh, wait a minute. I've got it sitting right here. And it comes with 50 sheets. Epson, yeah. Premium matte presentation paper. And in that package, I did this by accident. I pulled out some papers to print on. And then when I got them off my printer, I realized I had printed on this cardboard, not on the actual, presentation paper. And I thought, oh, that didn't turn out too bad. So I've been saving these and pulling them out. So I thought for my bead journal, it might be a good cover because I want the spine to be exposed a little, A gal down the road from me wants me to make her son a quilt out of his baseball shirts. Oh, that's exciting, Ange. I've asked my daughter over the years to save me some of her kids' clothes, that they grow out of. I don't know if she really has ever done that. I guess I should check back with her because I was thinking I'd like to do something like that with my grandchildren's clothes, because she just sells them or recycles them or gives them to Goodwill. I mean, you could hold out enough t-shirts to make them a little quilt or something. That's a cool thing. That's cool. So anyway, I printed on these pieces of cardboard, really. I guess you just would call it cardboard, thinking I could use it for the inside of my front and back cover. Now, I was using, this is a project I started, when was I last online? What's today? Tuesday evening. I didn't stream Sunday because my back was too bad. So Thursday morning, I started this bead journal using packaging paper that I got. I made a mess of this now. I'm trying to, that's all dried glue. Packaging paper that I ironed, and some of it, hi Joyce, I threw some, coffee or tea on it to try to make it look, grungy. Didn't work too well. Anyway, so this is what I've been using. And when we were last together, I had them folded. Like I just took this apart. I should have shown this to you first. Oh, I'm a bit scattered. My back is a little better, not great, not sure. You have your own quilting hoop. Oh, that's nice. Well, you got a lot of tricks up your sleeve there, girlie. So these were sheets, and I folded them in half, and I was going to use them this way. But I didn't really want to do the pamphlet stitch. Don't ask me why. I just I wanted to do something different. Who knows? I don't know why. But as I was working through it and fussing around with it, I decided this is really kind of lightweight. So what I then did was I went and I stitched them together, and I have put the pages together with strips of fabric. And I don't know what you call this binding. It's not the 3 pamphlet stitch. I know that. I should know the name of it. But this is how the spine looks, which I think is kind of cool. So what you do is you start with the back of your back pages. Now this is something that's good for single pages. Sometimes we have single pages, and you might not know how you might like to put them together for a journal and how to treat them. But this is one way you can do it. Now there's several ways, but this is one way. I guess I don't know. Does anybody know that's here what this is called? A tab. Amity Bloom does this, and yeah, I'm hoping maybe is she going to pay you, Ange? That would be nice if she paid you. I got to try to forget that I have this hangnail here that's driving me crazy. I can't find oh well, that's another story. Anyway, this back one I left as a pocket. Anyway, so you take your pages that you want to bind together. And you can either use a strip of fabric or a strip of paper. I would think you could use washi tape. Of course, you would want to reinforce the washi with glue. Now I'm going to be picking at this because it's kind of folded in there. But I I like to tear my strips, so I'm tearing them about maybe, I don't know, an inch wide. And generally they're longer, but I didn't want to cover this stuff down here. So for this page, I just did this. Now I'm trying to see what I have here at my desk that I could show you how I did this. Maybe I'll just grab some scrap paper. So yes, she'll pay you. Oh, that's very nice. All right, so you have your pages. Say you have your pages. And then you're going to say, I'm going to use strips of paper just for demonstration's sake. Let's just say I wasn't prepared for this part. I forgot I had done, and I'm just, life has just been different. Can I just tell you, life has just been different. I have not been able to get up and down easily for several days, and then I found out. Well, I found out a couple of weeks ago that the one medication that I take, my pharmacy wasn't able to get it for me any longer. So then we started calling around trying to get it from other pharmacies. Lo and behold, nobody has it. And it's been a couple of weeks now, and it's like it's one that you can't just stop taking. You have to wean yourself off of it. And turns out that it's been discontinued. They no longer make it. Yeah, so that's been fun. Anyway, so you're going to get strips of paper. I would recommend you make them the length of your spine. So you start with your back page, and then you're going to glue your strip of paper on. This is probably hard to see, right? Because it's all the same color. Oh my goodness gracious, Laura Bell. Let's use some of Jacqueline's beautiful paper here. I should cut this nicely because then I can use it in another project. Hold on. Let me get my cutter. So this is like flying by the seat of your pants, okay? I just want to show you. Maybe some of you are not familiar with this. It's really, I get confused, but it's really not that difficult. Now, along with everything else, my hands have been cramping today. I think my leg's about ready to cramp. I've been drinking water. I just had some olive juice. It's just been It's just been that kind of a situation here. Okay. So you've got your back page, and then what you're going to do, you got your back page and then the page next to it. So I like to stack them so I know which ones I'm using. So then you just put them like this. Now you might want to leave a little bit of a gap, just depends. And then you glue on your strip of paper or fabric. Oh, nice, Ange. And then, now see, I think when I have done it with the paper, I pre-fold the paper. The fabric, not so much, because fabric is real bendy. So you glue both sides and then glue it onto both of your sheets. And then when you do it this way, see, that's all glued. Then you take your next page and you put that down. Then you take your next strip. Now, you don't have to do it in one long strip. You could do a couple different strips. I've done that before too, but that tends to be a little more wobbly. So a solid piece is kind of good. So then you would glue that onto those two sheets of paper. And then this gets folded over onto your book. Get your next page, you line it up. And then you get your next piece of paper or fabric. Now, some of you may have remember I made a journal and took it to England to my bonus daughter-in-law, and she loved it. And this is the kind of spine I did in that journal. See, I'm just trying to show you and not really do it. So this is kind of tumbly. So then you glue on your next piece. And then you fold this over. And then you just keep going until you run out of pages. See, and then your spine looks like that. Or like this. So I did all the same color fabric, but you could switch it out. I mean, you could really plan sections and do different colors of paper or fabric, whatever you want. And then when I bind this, when I put on my front back cover, my front cover, I'll put strips of fabric or lace, probably in 3 spots, because that's the way I like it to look. And it just kind of holds it all together, and it just kind of makes a cool journal. And it's just a different way to hook it all together to make a book. And you can use single pages, which sometimes is nice. My space to work in is getting smaller and smaller. I really have to think about, cleaning up. So I've used several different, I'm using several different digital kits that I purchased on Etsy. One is called Beekeeper. Oh, thanks, Vail. And I'll put them in the description box. I just didn't think about it. One is called Beekeeper, and that is by Sweet Vintage Prints. And the other 3 are Honeybee ATC, Honey Tags, and Honeybee Lapbook by Citrus Journal Studios. So I'll give you that information if anybody's interested. So now what I want to do is go through, kind of see where I am. I think some pages need to be reinforced a little with some stuff. I'm going to have a bunch of stuff printed and a bunch of stuff cut out that I can add in, glue on, or stuff the pockets. And then I need to think about my covers, which, oh, wait a minute.
Where's your password book?
My what?
Password book.
Right here.
Adobe.
Good luck. Adobe. Oh. I don't know, honey. It might be in the front there. I mean, I try to go by the alphabet. But it could be under Express because it's Adobe Express. You didn't write it in your book when you used it? Do you want me? You got it? And you can always change it. Yeah, I like the black and yellow. I think that's fun. So I thought this could be the inside. And what I was going to do was use my pages as a template. Now I might be, see, I have my printer set to bleed and come out all the way to the edges, but you can see it does not listen. So I'm thinking I will hopefully be able to trim this out, stitch my page on, and this will be my inside. And so the cover will be a little more sturdy, not as flimsy as the pages, but yet not real stiff like a hardback book. That's what I'm thinking. We'll see if it works out. Now, the one that I made for Tarnia that I took to England, I did use sides of a hardback book, and that worked out well too. But I just thought I would try it this way, so we'll see. Anyway, I haven't gotten too far along because, like I said, I haven't been really at my desk much. So I stitched around and decided to use red thread. And then I tried to go through and put something on each page that I stenciled, or I happened to really, once I got started with the gesso, I kind of like that. So I did gesso on a lot of them. Now you'll see this is all cutouts from those digitals. And this little piece here, this little metal piece of jewelry, I guess, I got from Peggy Fitzmaurice. And then I just, stitched around this. Now, I don't know if I made that a pocket or not. Stitched around there and a little bit of cheesecloth and a button. I'm going to put my little fan on. If it gets noisy for you guys and it's distracting, I can turn that off. But my room is really warm. So these are pockets. And then, here and there I stitched on fabric, glued on fabric. This is a pocket that was from one of the collections. Now, this is a little different. It's the yellow, green. You'll see some other little colors as we go through, I think. So, nothing's finished per se. And then I just, wherever I felt like it, I might add some other fabric. Didn't worry too much about the edges of the pages being, torn or kind of rough looking. I kind of like that. So just kind of went with that. I'm trying to move my phone out the way. So you'll see here now a gal by the name of Murray. What is she? Just Murray, I think. Merry, like Merry Christmas. Had a sale quite a while ago. She dyes fabric and whatnot, and fabulous looking stuff. So this is one of her pieces that I use throughout the book to hinge my pages. So here are some pages I've tried to do some coffee staining on. I'm not too crazy about how it turned out. You can see here my stenciling did not work too well, so I probably am going to cover that up. Yeah, I did too. I used a couple different, and I got this stencil from Deb Epps, and this, I wiggled it. So I don't know, I might put something else there. But you see, even though there's two here glued together. Oh, you did, Ange? Oh, that's cool. The pages are still not super sturdy, which is okay. It's different, right? So in a couple of these, well, I guess at least one of the digitals, see, this probably should go this way, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to use that as a pocket. And then there's file folders. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the file folders. I put down a napkin. Now I'm going to say this about the napkin, just in case the ginger cat lady watches my video. I don't think she didn't know. The ginger cat lady is a gal who comes into Lovely's Crafting Lodge, and we shop together. And she has a channel, and she was on late last night, I think it was. I think it was last night. No, it could have been the night before. And a lovely group of ladies. It was fun being in there. She's working on, oh my gosh, I don't know how many, a lot of Christmas journals. And I had watched one of her videos, and she was gluing down a napkin. And she was asking questions. It seemed like it was her first experience to do that. So her name is Pam. So Pam, if you watch this, I'm just going to say, and I might tell her another time, but like last night was not the time. When you put your glue down and then put your napkin down, if you take a piece, she was on all last night. Oh, she was on 2:00 for me. I had to leave because I was getting tired. If you put down a piece of plastic wrap right on your napkin and then gently massage it like this, you can get that, most of the wrinkles out. It goes down very nicely. You're not tearing your napkin. And then you just peel that up. You can let it dry or you can peel it up right away. And it's a real nice application for a napkin. If you've never done that, you might want to try it. So I made this a pocket. And then these little tabs came with the digital. So some I put on top, some I put them on the side, and tags come with them, and journaling cards, and then these are all pockets. Now I forgot that top one's not very deep, so I might have to adjust something now because I'm not something smaller. I think I'll just take it out. And then you got some words. What did I do? Oh, I made this a flip out. This, you can see the different colors. This is a different digital. So I did a pocket with the one here. So it'll be a pocket here. And then this was a digital that had a tab on the side. So I glued that down to make a journaling spot. Now, see, I'm not crazy about that, but we'll cover that up with something. Maybe a napkin, piece of fabric, we'll see. But put a tab on, put some fabric on, just use your imagination. Then I had a bunch. Hey, Lisa, hi, how are you? Nice to see you. And then I had a bunch of these. I'm not crazy about this page. I'm just going to tell you. I had this idea to use these paint chips that look like the roof houses, the roofs of houses. And I just thought it would be a great idea. What I should have done was glue them together first and then put them on my page. Did I do that? No. I glued them and put them down and laid them out. Dumb. Don't do that. Because then I didn't glue them right, and then they stuck, and I couldn't get anything behind there. So I've got a little situation behind here I have to still work on, but not crazy about how I approached it. So in hindsight, I think I would make them all the same level. I was trying to make it look like, I don't know why, like rooftops in a little village. Dumb. So to hide some of that, I put this pocket on the front. But, when it's all said and done, it won't be too bad. I'll just stuff a lot of things in there. Do a little stenciling on the side of this one. I can put some of the word labels and cover up, the words on the paint chip, And then I had pulled out, I think on Thursday, some circles that I had cut out of some wool that Jasper had sent me quite a while ago. And I just, for some reason, I thought they looked good there. So I glued them down. This is another pocket. Of course, a pocket here and some lace. This, I didn't cut straight. So I'm going to need to do a little something there because that'll bother me. Pocket. And plenty of room. And there's still just plenty to do in here, right? I think, yep, pocket. another paint chip, and for some reason I just thought, oh, wouldn't that look cute? But oh, look, there's a little tuck spot. Okay, so I think it's just a tuck spot over here. And then I didn't glue these down all the way, but I was thinking I'd be able to tuck. Maybe I changed my mind. I thought maybe I'd be able to tuck a little something. But you can see I did a little bit of stenciling, a little bit of scraping of the gesso, and then some stamping of my little bee, some tinkle tape. I glued this down as a little tuck spot. One of my favorite napkins, which really doesn't go with it, but I just put it in there. This is a pocket. This is a tuck spot. Oh, I really like this. I was going to tell Ginger Cat this too. I thought it might be because she was fussing around with Rick Rack. Now, I haven't really been a fan of Rick Rack, but as I've gotten older, I like it more. But this is vintage and it's real soft and it was old. And I just thought, oh, I'll just put a little knot in that. I put a little hot glue. Hey, Diane. Morning. And I just am letting that dangle. Now it's kind of, been scooting out of the journal, in and out, flipping and flopping. I don't know. I might eventually just tack it down here. But for now, I'm leaving it loose. So these are just some images from the One Digital. So I just cut that out and made a little collage. They don't do anything. They just look cute. And then this, I forgot that I put, this is carpet tape here. So I need to decorate and put some things here, I think. But when I went to stitch my pages, I thought, oh, see, I've done that before and stitched through the carpet tape and ruins the needle because this stuff is so sticky. So I just stitched on the 3 sides and left this back page as a pocket. And then put a little pocket on the back. So now I have tons of other stuff that can go in here. Because like I told you just a little while ago, I have 3 different digital kits that I'm using. They were just all so cute and you got a better deal if you bought all 3, I think. It's like 3 or 4. I guess 3 or 4 I'm using. So I just threw a bunch of stuff in here that I thought I might use. So I'm just going to grab out some of this paper. See, this is all from the one set. I can make an envelope. And then this is all little bits from the different digitals. Now, I have done this, I think, on Thursday, thinking I would put a B on the end of this so it could boing. But see, I don't like that it's white on the back. So this is probably not happening, but, I don't throw anything out, so it's still here. And then I'm looking for my, on another project, I'm looking to cut out, I think I have B buttons somewhere, Ange. Cut out circles, like, punch them out, but I don't have the right sizes. And then I thought, well, I'll use my die cutting machine. Oh, did anybody hear from Teresa? Teresa had her procedure today, and I don't know if that was a come right home thing.
There's be a little toad on the patio right here.
There's a little toad?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. All right, here's some of that fabric from Mary Just Mary that I used for my hinging. And this is some of her other work that I think just will be delicious on the cover. I've been hoarding this. So I'm thinking that will be good on my cover. Now I put little bits in here. Oh, she was? Oh, good. Then maybe she's listening. Okay, that's good to know. Oh, thanks, Joyce. I didn't want to message her. today already, you know, give her a chance to. You know, I'm just keeping out all these little things. Look at this piece from Murray. Now on your screen, it's looking real yellow, but in person, it's a real deep, like goldenrod. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, there's plenty of small ones in with these kits. Oh, now I got the ball game score coming up on my phone. Woo! All right, this, I don't know where I got these pieces, but I coffee stained them. They're a little dark and not too yellowy. So I've got napkins in here and some other stuff. Let's just see. Stamps, trims. Just make sure I know where everything is in case I. Oh, here we go. Wait a minute. There's some here. What are you doing with my husband's at? What are you fussing about, hon? Oh,
I think I'm gonna have to switch.
it's hard for me to concentrate. We got a light show going on behind me. He's gone already. He's like a vapor. In and out, in and out. Okay. Now I am printing challenged, so printing them smaller might be a little bit of a. Now I'm going to need some more pockets, but look at some of these. Aren't they cute? I mean, this would be a bear to cut out, and I wanted to do a circle around. So then I was trying to get my circles for my Cuttlebug to cut these out. But no, I don't have the right size. These all have flaps on them, so I'm just wondering if they're supposed to sit inside of each other. I don't know. I have to look. Like the one company, stick this flap to the bottom of book B. They've got it all worked out for you and how you're supposed to use them. But, you know, Rory didn't pay attention to that. Look how cute they are, though, right? But I could always whack that off and use it. Look how cute that one is. Little tags. Some of these I might still want to stitch around, so I may not want to be gluing them down. I did find that napkin we had talked about last time. Let's see. I got my little fan blowing everything out of my hands. This is one. I should say it, Michael. These people, I love their napkins. So this is one I did an order with them, gosh, several years ago. I refrained from going back in there because I spend a lot of money. But their napkins are just really yummy. So I don't know if this will get in this book, but I did find it. Right, this has got a flap. Bee Farm. Look how cute that is. Now I'm looking for something to go see, and then the one I purchased, you can make like little books. Now this is just on the presentation paper, so it's not real sturdy, and I didn't print on both sides, so that annoys me. But I think these are supposed to fit inside of each other. And then this is supposed to go on one of the pages and flip up. I don't know. Hey, Allie Kay, how are you? How nice to see you. So I'll probably be using of these differently than what, you know, the designer maybe, you know, recommends that you use, how you use it. Look how cute that is. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. These are all different tags. So see, I've got tons of stuff to use. Okay, so I think I could use that, I think, on the top of that one page. And I think I could do this sideways. That's a possibility. I want to cover up that one stencil that I messed up. It's really what I'm kind of looking for. You know, this is, well, I've still got bees on it, but I don't think I want to put pink. Look how cute. You know, see, this one's a little different. It's got this honeycombs and it's got those different colors in it. See, it goes with this one. It goes with this. Oh, look at this guy. All right, so and then there's all kinds of little bits too, all in here. Little tabs. Some of these are cute. Some of these tabs are cute. Some of them are not the bee one. This is something different. Beautiful Summer Cottage Core Create Journal. Pink, 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 pink. I guess that means bees. Allie, does this mean bees? So I love all stuff like this. See, they'll look cute stuck onto things or tucked in pockets. So I haven't inked any of this, as you might be able to tell. Look. Yeah, do you know what it is? I figured you would know because you're a smarty. It's all over the bee stuff, so I just figured it meant something to do with bees. You know, like a topiary? So Google it. Thanks, Al. Black and white bees. Got the color. Honey, honey, boo, 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 boo. Sugar, sugar, do, 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 do. You are my. And I forget the rest. All right, here we go. So back in here somewhere. See this? Because, oh, here we go. Apiary, a place where bees are kept. A collection of beehives. Thank you, Miss Allie K. So have any of you seen these reels where they take faces of people you would recognize and they put them on these little children's bodies and they like tell jokes, like dad jokes? So I saw one way earlier this morning that said, I went to a beekeeper to buy a dozen bees, and he counted out the bees. He gave me 13 bees. And I said, sir, I asked for a dozen. You gave me 13. And he said, yeah, this one's a freebie. But I'm bump. Okay, I laughed. I laughed very hard. All right, so when I flip the page and it kind of flops because I've got so much weight here, I'm going to put something on the back side of that. The back side. So I'm looking for something maybe a little larger. Ooh, these are so pretty. So pretty. Oh, these are my covers for this journal. Not sure I want to use those. I wonder if I want to use, what do I have in here? Oh, this one I took the tab off the top. Now I've got this fabric left over. Oh, geez, Ange, that's a dilemma. That's a dilemma for sure. Not sure I want to do that. Maybe I'll use. Maybe I'll use a piece of my. What the heck did I do with it? See, this is what I do. Oh, yeah. It's over here. Now, this fabric, of course, is not backed on anything. So I have, stuff I can iron on to give that a little more stability, which is what I think I might do. That's a possibility. Let's see what else we got going on here. Let's just see. This is small. Won't give me much stability. This one's bigger. Not narrow enough. Maybe I can make different tuck spots. What do you think about that? Anybody have an opinion? I think we lost Jacqueline right away. I think she fell asleep. And I could always print out more of those pockets. I love that some of them have Paris on them. It could be a little belly band. These are the ATCs. They could be tuck spots or just decorate the page. That would give me a little something. I think before I commit, I'm going to just use some paper clips and clip them where I think I might want to use them so I don't forget. I think I kind of like that there. This I could put down, I think. I think I should ink it. So what's everybody else working on? Anybody got a special project going? What's going on? What's happening? I was supposed to get together with one of my sisters today, and I had to cancel it because I knew I wouldn't be able to walk very well. But I do feel better. I have spinal stenosis. The pages are made of packing paper, Allie. You know how sometimes you'll get that brown packing paper in a package and it's all crinkled up? Well, I had gotten a large box that was just stuffed with it. So I ironed it all. Yeah. It's just, it's brown and it feels cool when you put it all together. And I just couldn't throw it out. Let me see, something like this. Just put a little piece of cheesecloth, over in the corner. And then I've got these little medallions. See, this will never do because it didn't. Oh, an old timey Reader's Digest, Dale? Like I have couple, well, I don't know where they are now. I mean, I have them. One I took apart and used the pages, and I used the cover as pages in a journal. I think my dad had them. Mine are from 1939, 1938. Or is yours a little more modern? That's a cool idea. We always had a Reader's Digest. My parents were big fans. In fact, my mother ordered. Oh, you got the covers from her. Oh. My mother had ordered a Reader's Digest big print, and we've called several times to cancel it. I don't know if she ordered and paid for it for like 3 lifetimes. We're still getting it. It hasn't been canceled. I don't really read it anymore, but my glue gun's always plugged in. What in the world is that? Something was stuck to that cheesecloth. Oh my goodness, some kind of gluey stuff. Some kind of gluey stuff. You're working on smoldered charms. Oh, Lisa, what are they? I don't think I saw you working on those. They sound interesting. Oh, that's hot. That's hot. Now that's a little pocket there too, so I can put some of the small stuff in here. This isn't going to stay in here, but at least I'll know where it is when I want to glue it places. If I remember. Now I can start really start filling some of these things. Smoldered. Oh, soldered. You mean maybe you changed the word like a soldered. Oh, like stained glass. Oh, cool. I have cousins that have gotten into the stained glass. And look, that looks crooked, doesn't it? Well, heavens to Murgatroyd. I glued the whole thing down crooked. This is the other thing that bothers me. See, I've got those crocodile tools that punch a hole, but I don't have a hole that size. And that makes me crazy. I just glued him down. Let's put a at the top of him, even though it's not going to be the right size. Okay, that's really small. This is a little bigger, but not big enough. See, that drives me. That drives me wild. I can't cut that. I don't even get me started. So let's grunge it up. All right, so I might have to pull down my tin with my favorite things and see if I can find something. I know I like when you get a piece of lace and it's ruffled, I like to use mostly I like to take the ruffle out of it. So most times it has a little piece of netting or something like over the top. Well, this would work. And there's two different kinds I've found. One is very stiff. Oh, that'd work. And one is just yummy and delightful. And I just wound up a yummy and delightful one, but I don't know which tin I put it in. Here it is. Look, I have a whole spool. Look. It's the one kind when you take it off, it's just real stiff and like scratchy. So it is soldering. So that's how you spell soldering? Soldered. See, I would have never known that L is silent. And then there's this kind that's real soft. And it's really great for tags. Now I've got a little bit of rickrack there. That's kind of big. And I have some yellow, see if I can get that out. The yellow, there it is. Like seam binding. So I've got a couple little pieces of netting. I've got some of this yummy, I don't know what you would call it, off the top of lace. I've got a little piece of this is kind of thick. But maybe we'll see if we can cut this. Make it a little more, a little thinner. A little thinner. Because the seam binding doesn't tear, like some fabrics, you can just rip it. This is a bit tedious. Boop. I put put a big lump of glue there. I never seem to have a paper towel handy. Look, I've got a big where they've seamed it right there. I didn't like that. I don't like that. Now, I don't really care if this is straight. It kind of adds character. I'm sitting back. It's better for me if I sit back in my chair and cut this. So many of you know I've been fussing around with my teeth, right? Trying to get these partial, I don't think they call them partials. They call them a bridge, I guess, is what I have. So I went for an adjustment, I guess, last week. And one of my caps had fallen out. It was a really great look. So we glued that back in. And that's significant because that kind of is one of the teeth that anchors the bridge. So I don't know if you got it in crooked or what. I mean, it looks okay, but it's been sore. And now my bridge doesn't sit right. But then my back started giving me trouble. There's no elevator where my dentist is, and he's on the second floor. So I tend to put things off. So, of course, I'm complaining to my husband. We've got to go to a dinner party thing next Monday. I'm not looking forward to it. I mean, delightful people, but I have no teeth. That's an issue. And it's embarrassing. So my husband's like annoyed with me. Did you call? Meaning, did you call the dentist to go in for an adjustment? I said no, because I can't get up. I can't get up the steps. Jeez Louise. It's just been a comedy routine, I could dig out some black. Let's put all these little goodies together. I could. Oh, where's my rickrack? Here we go. This isn't the old timey stuff. This is just regular rickrack. And I'll see if I can get it through that tag. So one thing, when I was in with Ginger Cat the other night, a bunch of us were in her channel. She had a nice group there. What she was saying, and this is true, I think a lot. If you're making several of something, you make the first one. It's like your prototype, and you figure out how you want to do it and what you want to do, and it takes you a while. But once you get that first one done, then the other ones you can usually zip right through and get them finished. Not that I'm making more than one of these, which is a shocker, but it just takes a while, especially when you have a couple different, if you're using a paper pack, like Graphic 45, I'm sure several people do, but I've used the Graphic 45 one. Theirs is so cute. And, it's fun to use those things. I don't need it to be real long. I can trim some of this off. I was going to knot it, but maybe I don't think my tiny attacher is going to go through that. So, final. The game's over already. Oh, cool. We win. Maybe I use my glue gun. Let's see if I can get this. If you're using a glue gun, you have to be careful you don't, burn your fingers. Use the tip of the gun a lot to kind of lay stuff down, try to keep my fingers away from. You can always add a button if you don't like how that, ended up. Let that glue dry. Now I had a little bag of buttons. Amongst the debris. A little bee might look cute too. Let's ink him. So I was chatting a little bit with Peggy earlier today. We were saying, yeah, that's getting old is not easy stuff, We get all the stuff that starts going wrong. I like that. I have bead charms too. I should get some of them out. Okay, Ange, you working on anything? Or you just? Oh, that's right. You're. Are you still? Where did you say you were? You're at the park or you're at the lake? I probably will come back through and ink the backs of these, and some of them I might put some lines on it for journaling, or just put some color. Sometimes it's nice if you don't have two-sided fabric, not fabric, paper. Just scrunch it up a little bit. And then you can also, let's see, what do we have? You just take a little stamp. Make sure it stamps nice. Put a little stamp on it, just, adds a little something, something. I haven't talked to Kellyanne today either. I don't know what she's up to. You're home now? Pajamas on. I went to the potty. I'm sitting on the bed. Oh, nice. I know you just hate being by yourself, right, Ann? Home alone. I love being home alone. Of course, I was home alone for quite a few years. And then Hub's semi-retired. I mean, he still works. But he's active. He's active in our little community here to some degree. And he's active at church. So he goes out and he does stuff. And it's like, woo! Have fun, hon. I wish I could get that off. See, I don't know how I got that on so crooked. I'm usually a little better at that. Yeah, I enjoy being by myself. And you know what else I enjoy? I enjoy quiet. My husband has to always have the radio on or the TV on. I don't know if it's because, like, his parents, they always had the TV on. Always, always, always. They weren't watching it. It just had to be on. And I was not raised that way. And I mean, I'm okay with silence. I really am. All right, so if I put this, that's not going to make it look any straighter, is it? I might have to think about that. Well, you know, when I hold it up, it doesn't look that crooked. Just laying down looks really crooked to me. All right, so this little nugget here, I think that's cute. So whoever might end up with this, oh look, I made that a pocket. Let's just pop him in there. They could have it to glue somewhere where they want. I need something narrow for in there. All right, let's see what else we got going here. I think I need something taller. Now I can put I'm going to put other things in here. It doesn't have to be all, I think I did put some of this in here. You know, like I've got a bunch of stuff like this, you know, that's not bee related, but certainly it will look cute in a journal. I just have to pull all that kind of stuff out. I didn't pull any of that jazz out yet, you know, so I can tuck in. And I do like these tabs. Now this tab is different. This is from a different kit. And see, this is what drives me crazy. See, I don't cut that out nice enough. So then when you fold it in half, it doesn't look nice. So if I take a cover, like, you know, a punch, I'll either ruin it or make it better. And probably ruin it. Probably going to cattywampus. Not too bad. Not too bad. I'm thinking about putting it up there. It's a little uneven, but it's going to be on the other side of the page. Yeah, so I spent the last couple of days coloring in my one Joanna Basford's coloring book, so I've been enjoying that. I should have been maybe slow stitching. I was just thinking I haven't seen, now I gotta think of her name. I can see her face. Oh my goodness. I haven't seen, usually Jen Wren is on with her and Stephanie. She lives in Jersey. She's got long black hair. Oh my gosh, I can't think of her name. She has a daughter. We're on late at night usually. Zena, thanks. Thank you, Ange. Oh my gosh, Zena would not come to me. I haven't seen her in a while. Has anybody talked to her? Those girls are so fun. Especially Stephanie. She cracks me up. Stephanie's a hoot. Well, I've only been on about an hour, but I think my time is done. My legs are starting to feel numb, which is, you know, part of my ailment here with my back. So I think I'm probably just going to wrap this up. So I'll continue to work on this. Look, there's a little jar. Doesn't that look cute in there? Put that little jar in there. I need a spread here. I need something. I need something here. They don't have to all be tuck spots, but you know, why not, right? So I'll ink this up. So I'm going to say good night. Thanks for coming in. I hate to miss too many times with you all. I do enjoy it. Um, I just think I need to get my legs up. I've got some stuff in the kitchen. I still have to get after, and probably take some more Tylenol, or not Tylenol, ibuprofen, and call it a night. At least, sitting at my desk is tough. So anyway, thanks for coming in. It's about time for Juju comes on this time. Oh, okay. What ball game you watching, Allie K? My ball game just finished. Night, Lisa. Gosh, Lisa, it was nice to see you. Vale, she comes on at 10:30. Okay, thanks, Ange. Have a good night, Vale. And Teresa, if you're listening, my dear, thinking about you. Hope you're feeling okay. The Brewers and the Braves. Who do you root for? The Brewers? Allie, you're out there where the Brewers are, right? They've got one of my favorite players. I wish he'd come back to Philadelphia. Rhys Hoskins. Oh my gosh, I love Rhys Hoskins. We should never have traded him. I'm so still bummed about that trade. Oh, I think he has a baby now and everything. I love him. Love him. He was so not only a good ball player, but so involved with the community here in Philadelphia. And him and his wife, Jamie, I don't know how well yet. See, I'm a freak. Love him. They've got a good team. The Brewers have a great team. We might be seeing in the playoffs. I hope we get in the playoffs, but I don't know. All right. I'm enough yapping about baseball. Sorry, I just love baseball season. All right. Thanks for coming in. Hope to see you all again on Thursday morning at 10 o'clock. I'll be back on. I hope. So until then, might see you around the YouTube somewhere in somebody's stream. Ann says Juju's coming on at 10:30. That's 10:30 Eastern. Oh, is it? Okay, they had a good team last year, too. Love Rhys Hoskins. I think he plays first base for them. He played first base for us. And he hits the long ball quite often. I'm a freak about baseball. Just mostly my team. I enjoy football, okay, and I do watch, but I'm a freak about baseball. Baseball is really my sport to watch. I'm a little bit over the top, me and my sisters. Anyway, all right. So have a good rest of your evening. Have a good week, and I'll see you when I see you. So until next time, don't forget, take time to be creative. Enjoy the journey. Bye-bye for now.